Good morning, class 8. Myself, Ranjit Kumar. I welcome you all in the e-learning program of Modern English School, Kunti Nagar, Nevada. This is the fourth video lecture of the chapter Conservation of Biodiversity. In last video, we have discussed that causes of loss of biodiversity, in which we have seen different factors that affect the means that cause the loss of biodiversity. In that we have also seen deforestation. What is deforestation? What are the causes of deforestation? In today's video we are going to see what are the consequences of deforestation. What happens due to deforestation? Means what is the consequences of the deforestation. Deforestation affects the food chain and destroy habitat of organisms. Means what I mean to say by saying food chain means, as we know, all living organisms are interdependent upon each other for food. For example, we are dependent upon directly or indirectly. All living organisms are directly or indirectly dependent upon the plants. So if you remove plants, there will be no food producer. If there is no food producer, it will affect the herbivores, and if herbivores are not there, then it will going to affect the carnivores and omnivores, and it affect the habitat. Habitat means all the living organism in the forest, they live, their habitat is in the forest, and if you remove the forest, then it will leads to the loss of, means it will affect the food chain, and it will also destroy the habitat of the organism. This is the first consequence. Second is global warming. First, see what is global warming. Increase in the average temperature of Earth is called global warming. As we know, CO2 is a greenhouse gas. What is CO2? Is a greenhouse gas. All living organisms during respiration, they release CO2, and this CO2 is utilized by the plant, means it is utilized by the forest for making food. If you remove the forest, means deforestation, if you have removed the forest, then there will be increase in the amount or the percentage of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. Increase in the percentage of greenhouse gas like CO2 will result into increase in the greenhouse effect. What is greenhouse effect? The greenhouse, due to greenhouse gases, the heat of the sun is trapped and making the earth temperature survivable, is called greenhouse effect. This is due to greenhouse gases. And if you remove the forest, means if trees are not there, there is no trees, then CO2 released by the living organisms, animals, will not be utilized, and if it is not utilized, then the amount of CO2 in the atmosphere will increase, and this increase in CO2 will result into increased greenhouse effect, and that will result into increase in the average temperature of the earth. So increase due to deforestation, global warming take place. Okay, second point. Third, Drought. Due to deforestation, drought also take place. What is drought? Sukha means when for a long period of time, for 1 or 2 years, there is no sufficient rainfall, this condition is considered as drought. What is drought? So, how it is affected? Due to deforestation, as we know, plants during transpiration they release water vapor, and this water vapor is released into the atmosphere where it forms cloud and rainfall take place. So if you remove the trees, there will be imbalance, and due to this imbalance of there will be disturbance in the water cycle, that will result into less rainfall, and if there is less rainfall, and the condition is considered as drought. So this is one more consequence of the deforestation. Next is soil erosion. What is the definition of soil erosion? The washing away or carrying away of top fertile soil from one place to another due to wind or water is called soil erosion. Means the if top fertile soil is washed away or carried away, that is called deforestation. Sorry, that is called soil erosion. Deforestation leads to soil erosion because the roots of the plant or that grass or small plant, big plant, any plant, the roots of the plant hold the soil and prevent it from getting eroded. So this soil erosion is also a consequence of the deforestation. Imagine there is no plants. If there is no plants, then top fertile soil will be lost, and if top fertile soil is lost, that will expose the inner layer of the soil, and this inner or the lower layer of the soil, it contains very less fertile nutrients. It contains very less nutrients and humus. That will means those soil which is underneath the top soil, it is less fertile, and due to this since it is less fertile, so slowly this area which has lost the top layer of fertile, there will be no plant because the lower level is less fertile, and if there is no plant, slowly this area will change into desert, and this process is called desertification. So soil erosion result into desertification. What is desertification? The conversion of fertile soil into desert is called desertification. Means fertile soil will convert into desert, and this is called desertification. This all happens due to deforestation, due to lack of plants. Okay. Next consequences can be flood. See, when it rains, when water flows from the top level area to the lowland area, while coming, so the trees that fall in between, it will hold the soil, means that is holding the soil, the trees which is present in between, that will slow down the movement of the flowing water, resulting into more seepage of the water. What do you mean by seep? Means sokhna. So trees enables the water to seep into the ground, and due to lack of due to deforestation, this less seeping of water will take place, less water will go into the ground, and that result into that water, the rainfall, the water that fall due to rain, that water will not seep into the ground. So due to deforestation, rainwater will not seep into the ground, resulting into fall of underground water level. First thing, so due to deforestation, water will not seep into the ground. So the water, if it is not seeping in the ground, then the rainwater will flow from the surface, and if it flows from the surface without seeping, that will result into flood. Okay, so these are the consequences of deforestation. Affect the food chain and destroy habitat of the organism. Global warming increase the average temperature. This is due to deforestation. Drought is also due to deforestation. How it will affect the water cycle. Why? Less transpiration. Okay, soil erosion means washing away or carrying away of top fertile soil from one place to another due to wind or water is called soil erosion. And if the top fertile soil is lost, it will expose the next layer. This layer is less fertile, so no plant will grow, and ultimately that area will convert into desert. This process is called desertification. The conversion of fertile soil into desert is called desertification. Flood. Due to deforestation, rainwater will not seep into the ground, resulting into fall in the water level. And if it happens, that will water flows above the soil and cause flood. Okay, that is the consequences of deforestation. If still someone have any problem, you can ask in the morning. Okay, thank you for the day.